Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another review. This time is the Mezco 112 Collective Invincible Iron Man. If you've seen my Mark 42 Colors Edition, you already know what you're getting into. The only difference is the colorway and the magnetized issue that I had previously, I no longer have. But let's say if you haven't seen that review and you're just tuning in, or you've just stumbled across my review by accident, I'm going to just review it anyway, go across the whole thing like you've never seen it before. So let's get started. First and foremost, I want to start by saying the head articulation is actually really, really great. As you can see here, it just rotates all the way through. And even for a guy in armor, it's quite expressive, and it's one of those things that I really, really enjoy. The Mark III is one of my favorites, and Mezco has done a phenomenal job of making the Mark III a great armor. Even with the colorway difference, it just made it feel different. It's something that we've gotten previous times with other lines, but it just felt really good to have it with Mezco. It's one of those things that I know it didn't have, like, it wasn't popular with everyone, but it kind of grew on everyone, and it's really, really dope. But anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about Iron Man. As you can see, the arm actually goes up pretty far. It rotates out. There's a bicep swivel. And it doesn't do one of those hokey poke, I can't put my arm down, but it's down kind of thing. It actually can sit flush, which is very, very nice. The arm is double jointed, but it actually can't rotate too far because of the gauntlet piece. It's actually right around here. That actually can rotate though, which is really dope. And it rotates separate from the peg on the arm, so it doesn't take the arm with it. And the wrist articulation rotates all the way around on its own as well. As far as the chest articulation goes, even for it to have a light up feature, you can still actually rotate the chest left and right to have a little bit of extra room for articulation, as well as his lower half. Actually, nope, that's wrong. Actually, it should do it. No, mine's just really, there we go, it's just really tight. But it rotates just a little bit to give you that extra bit of wiggle room. As far as the legs go, we actually use the drop down method, which can actually drop down the legs a little bit, give you that extra little roam free piece of articulation. So you can get the leg up about, actually you should be able to get the leg up further. I'm just having some issues because I'm probably all over the place. There we go. The leg is double jointed. It bends back about this far. The foot actually doesn't have too much range, but you can actually get a nice bit, a pivot. Rotates just enough to give you that extra angle, especially if you're going to do dynamic poses. And one of the things you very much have to be careful of, and I've run across that issue so far, is that there's a little scrape right there because I've pushed it too far and it's ran up into the red paint. So you definitely need to be careful with that. Then there is actually not ankle, but a lower thigh pivot that actually rotates, which gives you that extra bit of articulation, especially for a man in armor. And what's really cool that I love the Mark III, and I've always had a love for Mark III, besides it appearing in the cartoons, was because in the comics it had like this flexy armor that he would have in a suitcase, is that it would be strong and durable when he puts it on, but it's kind of like having cloth in a suitcase, which is really cool. And I've always loved that about the comics. Tony was always inventing something new. One of the features I want to talk about first is the light up feature in the chest. As you open up the back piece, there's going to be a you have to open it up with a screwdriver, and you're going to put the batteries. Batteries are included with the figure. And then you're going to flip the switch down once you have the batteries in. And voila, we have LED. It's very powerful. It's very nice. And it shows in the dark very well. So it's one of those things that's really nice. It shows off itself really well. And then even when you're swapping out parts, which I'll get to in a second, it shines through those. So we'll get into that right now, actually. One of the things that he comes with is a chest repulsor, which is quite difficult at first to remove from his chest. Let's see if I can actually get it out without murdering myself. Or chipping the paint, which I always have an issue with. Nope. Can't get it out, so I'm going to have to do it on camera and run the risk of murdering myself. So, let's see if I can get it out gently. Nope, can't get it out gently enough. So I'm going to have to try this off camera, try to get it out. But it sucks because actually, no, wait. Nope, can't get it out. I tried, guys. I tried. But you actually can stick it through the repulsor and it lights up. As you can see here, it travels pretty well through. that it even shows in the piping here. So I'm going to do that real fast so you can see. So as you can see, it actually does it really, really well. That's something I didn't really show last time. Maybe because I got the piece on really well, but I didn't get it here this time. So that's one thing it actually shines through very nice. Then you also get hand repulsor blast, which are very, very nice. Very sturdy, very clean, and they hold up to the weight of the arm that's holding it. Then you have open flight hands. These hands can actually these are the open repulsor blast hands. They hold the repulsors very well. I shouldn't say flight hands, I was totally wrong. But you can use them for flight hands. Then you actually have closed action palms. So these are really nice, really shiny. There are no open ports for you to actually put repulsor blast in them. Then you have, let's rotate this. Then you have pieces for the rockets here. There's going to be an opening right here. And these are wrist rockets. Well, sorry, I shouldn't call them wrist. Forearm rockets, I should say. They slide in, and you can actually use them like this. You get 2 of those. And then there are mini rockets for the sides while replacing the side disc, which I actually I'm going to wiggle off. When you replace those, you can actually place these right on. Oops, wrong side. Let's put this one right on. And as you can see, it looks very nice with those on. Last but not least, you have foot thrusters and hand thrusters. These are smaller port pieces, but you can add them to the hands or the feet at any time. You can add 2 of each, 2 as well. So if you want to do 2 at a time to just do him flying, you don't have to do 1. You can do 2 at a time, which is really nice. Especially for a classic armor, you show that it needs more thrust because it's kind of marveling at its level of technology at the time, which is really cool, making fun of himself. All in all, I really, really love this armor. It's completely grown on me. It's one of those things I already liked, but now I love it even more. But the one gripe that I have is that I have to be careful of chipping my paint. So I have to be a little bit more careful with that. I've already chipped it in a couple of spots, but it doesn't really show, so I'm okay for now. But I got to be better about that. One last thing I want to show off is the faceplate can actually easily be way more removed easily on this one than it does my Mark 42 one. And it's magnetized, so it shows that it hangs out on his head. Face sculpt is really nice as well, too. It just has that I'm drunk Tony look, and I'm a fan of that because at the time, Tony was a fan of drinking. So it shows, and it's nice. Real quick, we're going to jump into the size comparisons. And the first thing I'm going to do is show him up against his MCU movie counterpart from SHF and show you size-wise how big of a difference there is in these 2 guys, which is a crazy difference height-wise. Especially because the Mezco 112 scale goes with other Mezco stuff. So that's what he looked like next to his Iron Man. Here's what he looks like next to a Marvel Legends Vision. So as you can see, he pretty much towers over even Vision. He has really some height on him. But I guess because Iron Man is supposed to be a suit of armor, a guy in a suit of armor, supposed to be like 6'8", it makes sense, especially coming from the comics. Or if you've watched Frank Cho draw Mighty Avengers, you see that he drew Iron Man exceptionally large, so it's okay. Here he is next to SHF Kamen Rider Rogue. Here he is next to a 1000 toy Synthetic Human. Here he is next to an Articulated Icons Ninja. So size-wise, he's definitely have everyone tapped. Here he is next to a Mythic Legions Elf Builder. Mythic Legion is probably the closest thing to get to him. Here he is next to a Storm Collectibles Kazuya Mishima. So if you were going to do some Marvel versus Namco or some stuff like that, there you go, size-wise. He's getting squared up very easily. And then we're going to compare him to the SHF Hulk. And the reason why that is because Hulk actually looks phenomenal next to him regardless. Still looks very, very good. Still overpowering and has a good look against him. So that's one thing you got to keep in mind. Let's compare him to his black and gold counterpart, which I have somewhere around here. Just don't know where it went. Give me 1 second. Here he is next to Frank Castle. So as you can see with other Mezcos, he kind of just towers over even normal Mezcos. So you have to keep that stuff in mind. So here he is next to his black and gold counterpart. And then we're going to compare them to a Scorpion from Storm Collectibles as well. So they're kind of in a good height as well, those two. All in all, I'm enjoying these Iron Man. I'm very glad I have them. I'm very glad they decided to do the both Mark 42 colors and the Mark 3 colors. Because even though they're a colorway difference, they absolutely look completely different if you're going to do them like, I don't want to say different. They feel different enough, is what I should say, because of the color scheme. You can do some different stuff with them. All in all, I like them a lot. Shouldn't like them as much as I should, but I do. In the meantime, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it informative. But most of all, hope you do good. Be good. Drink your water. Have a very Merry Holidays from me to you guys. Take it easy, guys. Later.